My name is John Bergeron, otherwise known as Berger Arms to most of the people in the Fit. I have been coming to Fit since July of 2010, so going on 3 years this summer. Before I came to Fit, most of my exercise revolved around hiking, playing pickup games of football, baseball, things like that, but for the most part I lived mostly a sedentary lifestyle. I tried running a little bit right before I came in, but right before I joined Fit, I was training judo, and that's how I was introduced to the gym. The atmosphere and the environment of Fit is pretty close-knit. It's probably the most encouraging atmosphere I think I've ever experienced in any sort of, exercise or anything, any activity I've ever been involved in. Everybody holds you accountable for your actions outside of the gym. If you don't show up for a few days, and you get bombarded on Facebook or your phone or anything like that. So it's definitely a welcoming, warm atmosphere. We have a lot of fun. The changes I've experienced since I started training with the Danny Boys have been pretty much indescribable. Before I started training Danny Boys, it was, I could barely do a pull-up. I was winded very easily. I was a heavy smoker for quite a few years, so that was a given. Now my endurance levels have been skyrocketing ever since, even having taken 8 months off to pursue a job 2 hours away. Coming right back was like riding a bike. My endurance levels are through the roof. My strength, even outside of the gym, has skyrocketed. I have no problems lifting heavy objects, helping out around the house, doing things like that. So, and the results physically have been rewarding in itself. I mean, it sounds vain, but when you take your shirt off and you look in the mirror and you notice all the muscles popping out and your veins are popping out, it gives you a little bit of self-gratification that you're doing the right thing. My favorite part of training the Danny Boys is definitely noticing the gains, especially in certain lifts like a back squat, or my personal favorite, the jerk. I feel it's a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day. No matter what, I work a lot of nights, so even if I get to come in the morning and I have to work that night, it's going to get you going with the day. And if you can even increase by like 5 or 10 pounds on that certain lift, it's just it's a sense of accomplishment. It's a sense of like, even if you don't go around talking about it to everybody, you have that. You can carry that with you throughout the day and throughout the week that, I did this and next week I'm going to do 5 more pounds. I'm going to do 10 more pounds. My biggest accomplishment since I've been training with the Danny Boys is probably back squatting well over 225. When I first started, I couldn't even back squat 185. And now my 1 rep max is 255, used to be 280, but I'm working back towards that. That and being able to do more than 3 pull-ups, things like that. Now my max pull-up is like 13 right off the bat. But I definitely think that my biggest accomplishment from training in the Danny Boys is not really experienced in the gym. It's experienced outside of the gym as far as confidence levels go. I was never really a confident person growing up, and I never really had anything that made me feel like I was doing something right. And now that I'm training and I'm going to the gym 5 days a week, you kind of have that sense of, you can walk throughout the day knowing that you did something good. And I can, look at anybody and I find myself more apt to talk to random people because I have that confidence level. I'm not so introverted, I'm a little more extroverted these days. Anybody that's out there that might be thinking about coming to Danny Boys and they're a little hesitant, I would tell them to come into it with an open mind. Come into it knowing that it's not you're going to be your average workout. But right off the bat, I would tell them that if not serious about training, that they shouldn't even bother, because you're going to be pushed. You're going to have people you're going to have people behind you, kind of driving you to do better. And if you're coming into the gym with an attitude of I can't do this, or you're doubting yourself, you're not going to get anywhere. And I would definitely tell them that, come into it, realizing that everybody there is going to help you out and everybody there is going to push you to the next level, and they're not going to let you fail. And if you fail, it's on your own account. It's not because of anybody in the gym.